Hello, and welcome to Words of Wisdom. Today's topic is cultural appropriation. I sometimes wonder about groups claiming to keep their culture. Is maintaining your culture the same as living in the past, like old order Mennonites? For some, culture is a way of life. For most, it is taught as an education, so people can understand where they come from, the history and ancient customary beliefs from which they evolved. My thoughts are, there are people who use culture as a political tool, just for money and power. You know, the ones who use their culture or customs when it can benefit them. It is the same as racist. They rally up followers, guide and direct those for their cause, then go back to their normal living and modern technologies. Personally, I think everything evolves with education and understanding. Culture should be no different. Nothing wrong with teaching where customs, beliefs, and behaviors come from. But cannibalism was part of some cultures. This brings me back to the ones who pick and choose what parts of their culture they want to choose or benefit from. Some cultural practices are actually illegal in many countries. You either live what you're fighting for or teach it in your education as history. We all have culture, but for most, it's evolving with greater knowledge of the world and everything around us. It can be hard to define culture. Does culture evolve with society? Yes, we have cultural foods like Chinese, Italian, Thai. Have these dishes changed over the years? We have cultural clothing. Have these styles of clothing changed over the years? We have cultural customs for marriage. Have these changed as well? It can be sometimes hard to differentiate between culture and tradition. Apart from cultural practices and traditions which are against the law, I don't believe people are being forced to lose their culture. It's just social evolution. I don't believe in cultural appropriations either. Could you imagine living in another country and not being allowed to conform to their culture? Even for myself, I have trained in Asian martial arts all of my life. I've worn Chinese and Japanese outfits and have used their language, training, and code of honor and ethics. I've done this as a form of admiration, honor, and respect. We do not have to be born in a culture to emulate and live their way of life. It is preposterous seeing people being shamed because they admire and want to emulate a different lifestyle or culture. Whatever country you come from, you are not judged when you dress as an American. You may be ridiculed a bit if you dress like an American in the 16th century, but this has to do with style, not culture. This is like when Prime Minister Trudeau went to India. He was ridiculed because he overkilled it with the outfits he wore. Normal people in India don't really dress the way he did these days. It would be viewed like the Prime Minister of India visiting America wearing a 16th century tuxedo. You should not be judged or shamed if you choose to live or remain within a different culture as well. We are supposed to be a free society. If I want to live as a Rastafarian and wear my hair in dreadlocks, I can. I can even have my hair in dreadlocks without becoming a Rastafarian. If I want to shave my head and live as a monk, I can. I can even shave my head without becoming a monk. There's a motorcycle culture. People who choose to live within this culture ride motorbikes. But there are many who dress like bikers and act like bikers who do not even own bikes, let alone ride them. It is evil and unjust to attack or shame others because of their culture. It is wrong to make fun of and ridicule those of a different culture. However, it is totally absurd to shame and attack those who admire, honor, respect, and emulate another culture. I feel attacking or shaming people for cultural appropriation is absolutely despicable. These people are self-absorbed, controlling bullies and need to be ignored. Well, those are my words of wisdom today on the topic of cultural appropriations. You may dislike my thoughts or like them. Either way, I hope I've inspired you to think. Please select like, give me a thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you have not done so. Also, click the little notification bell beside the subscribe button so that you will be notified of my next post. Thanks. Have a great day.